This episode is brought to you by Amazon Business. We could all use more time. Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. I can see why they call it smart. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Welcome to From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers. A podcast brought to you by College Recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career, and hosted by Work Defined. Join our AI co-hosts as they dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Let's get your career started.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something really key if you're just starting your career or maybe trying to figure out the job market as a recent grad.
That's right. We've been looking at some interesting insights from Reveal Global, all about early career recruiting, basically understanding what's happening out there.
Yeah, and our goal here is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Pull out the stuff that actually matters to you. What you need to know for your job search for those first few years. We want you to feel prepared,
Exactly. Equipped. So where should we start? Reveal Global had some data on the actual application process itself.
Right, the timeline. What stood out there?
Well, the average time it takes employers to actually hire someone is sitting at around 27 days.
27 days, okay. That can feel like, well, a while if you're keen to get started.
It really can. It's definitely something to factor into your planning, maybe adjust your expectations a bit. Don't expect an offer overnight, typically.
Good point. And here's something interesting, especially for younger listeners. Mobile applications, how big are they?
They're significant. Reveal Global found about 29% of millennials are using their phones to apply.
Okay, almost a third.
But for Gen Z, it jumps way up. We're talking 46%, nearly half.
Wow, that's huge.
It is. And it's not just like a nice-to-have feature for them. It's becoming an expectation. The data showed 54% of Gen Z said they just won't finish an application if the tech feels old or clunky.
Over half. So they'll just abandon it.
Seems like it. If it's a pain to use, especially on mobile, they might just move on.
So the takeaway for you listening is maybe prioritize companies that clearly have a smooth, modern, mobile-friendly application process.
I think that's fair. It could even be, a bit of a signal about the company itself. Are they keeping up? Are they thinking about the candidate experience?
Right. If applying is a nightmare on your phone, what else might be outdated? It's a valid question.
Definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
And it also means companies lagging behind on mobile might be losing out on a lot of good candidates.
Makes sense. Okay, so if you're navigating this, where should you actually look for jobs? What sources are people trusting?
Reveal Global asked Gen Z exactly that. What sources do they trust most?
And the results?
Top of the list, referrals. 62% trust rate there.
Okay. Personal connections, still powerful.
Absolutely. Then came job boards, still strong at 56%.
Interesting. So places like College Recruiter, Indeed, LinkedIn.
Exactly. Followed closely by company websites and university career centers, both tied at 55%.
Right. Going direct to the source or using campus resources.
And rounding out the top 5 were hiring events at 51%. So career fairs, virtual events, that sort of thing.
That's quite a mix, isn't it? You've got the personal touch with referrals, the broad reach of job boards, direct info from companies, institutional support from career centers.
It really shows they're using multiple channels, doing their research. It's not just one single source.
So for you listening, the advice seems to be, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Definitely. Tap into your network for those referrals. Keep an eye on the major job boards. Check company career pages directly for places you're interested in.
And don't forget your university career center. Even if you've graduated, alumni often still have access. Use those resources.
Solid advice. Now, this kind of leads into another really crucial point from the research. The type of job you land first. Does it matter if it aligns with what you studied?
The right fit question. What did the data say?
It said, well, it seems to matter quite a bit, actually. They found that 87% of people whose first job was a good match for their education were still appropriately employed 5 years down the line.
87%, that's high. And what about longer term?
Even more striking. 10 years later, 91% of that same group were still appropriately employed.
Wow. Okay, those numbers definitely make you think. It suggests that first step really can set a trajectory.
It really seems to. When that initial role lets you use your skills, apply what you learn, it builds a stronger foundation for, sustained success.
And appropriately employed here, that likely means what? In a role that uses their skills, matches their level, maybe shows progression.
Exactly. It's not just having a job, but having one that feels like a good fit professionally, leveraging their background.
I don't know about you, but I don't know very many people that are hopeful about the world of work. And I'd like to change that. My name's Marcus Mossberger, and I started the Hope at Work podcast, where you'll find two things. Number one, really interesting guests. And number two, innovative ideas about the future of work. Check it out.
So while sometimes the pressure is just to get any job offer after graduation,
right,
this data suggests being a bit more strategic, really focusing on roles that connect to your studies and skills, could have major long-term payoff.
It certainly makes a strong case for it. Aiming for alignment seems like a good investment in your future career.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Money, salary expectations, always a big topic. What are new grads expecting?
Yeah, Reveal Global looked at millennial graduates specifically for this one. In their first year, 41% expect to be making somewhere in the $60,000 to $85,000 range.
$60 to $85K, that's a pretty common expectation then.
Seems to be. And overall, 70%, so the vast majority expected to earn $60,000 or more.
Good benchmark to know, though obviously things like location, industry, specific role, they all play a huge part.
Oh, absolutely. This is just a general sense of the expectation level among that group. It helps you sort of gauge where your own expectations might fit.
And what about how long people plan to stay in these early jobs? Are we seeing the old job for life idea fade?
It definitely looks that way, especially for younger generations. Get this. 55% of Gen Z expect to stay with their employer for less than 3 years.
Over a half expecting to move on relatively quickly. And millennials?
A bit lower, but still significant. 38% of millennials expect to stay less than 3 years.
So a sizable chunk in both groups aren't planning on sticking around for the long haul right away.
Exactly. On the flip side, you have 25% of Gen Z and 39% of millennials who do expect to stay 5 years or more. So it's not universal, but the trend toward shorter tenure early on is clear.
What do you think that means? Is it just job hopping or something else?
I think it reflects a different approach to career building. It's often about gaining diverse experiences, learning new skills, maybe getting faster promotions or salary bumps by moving. It's not necessarily disloyalty, but more a focus on active career management and growth.
Right. So understanding that this is increasingly common might take some pressure off. If moving on after a couple of years feels right for your goals, you're certainly not alone.
Precisely. It's becoming a more accepted part of building an early career path.
Okay, great stuff. Let's try and pull this all together. Key takeaways from this Reveal Global Deep Dive.
All right, first up, hiring takes time, averages about 27 days, so patience is needed.
And the process itself is going digital, especially mobile. Nearly half of Gen Z apply on phones, and they expect it to work smoothly.
Yep. Don't ignore cumbersome application systems. They might tell you something.
Where to look. Diversify.
Yeah.
Use referrals, job boards, company sites, career centers, hiring events. They're all trusted sources.
Crucially, that first job alignment matters. Finding a role connected to your education seems to have real long-term benefits for staying appropriately employed.
Big impact there. And finally, salary expectations for new grads are often around that $60K plus mark, depending on specifics.
And expect shorter tenures. Moving on after 2 or 3 years is pretty common now as people build experience.
It covers it pretty well. It shows how things are shifting, right? Knowing this can definitely give you an edge.
For sure. Being informed helps you navigate it all more effectively.
So for our final thought today, building on that idea of appropriate employment, finding a first job that really fits your education, I want you to think about what that really means for you. Go beyond just the job description.
Yeah, like what skills you actually want to be using day to day.
Exactly. What kind of growth are you hoping for in the next few years? What's your bigger picture, even if it's still fuzzy? And then ask yourself, what steps can you take now? Is it networking? Is it tweaking your resume? Researching companies that genuinely excite you? What actions will make it more likely that your next role isn't just a job, but a real launch pad? Something that sets you up for growth and hopefully fulfillment down the road.
That's the key question to ponder.
Absolutely. Lots to think about there. That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for tuning in.
This has been From Dorms to Desks, job hunting tips for those early in their careers. A podcast brought to you by College Recruiter job search site, which believes that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. Each episode, we dive into tips, tricks, and insights that will help you land your next part-time, seasonal, internship, or entry-level job. Subscribe to this podcast for free now, so you don't miss an episode, and visit www.collegerecruiter.com to find your next great job.
Every minute your finance team spends wrestling with data is a minute lost. Insight Software's AI-powered insights instantly move you from complexity to clarity. Automated analysis, real-time reporting, strategic recommendations, all at your fingertips. Transform how your finance team works and watch your business grow. Stop wasting time. Start making smarter decisions. Learn more at insightsoftware.com/AI.